Hey, tuko live tena. DJ Live FPL, we are back again. Another day, another week. Consistency keeps evolving. We show up even when you don't want to show up. I win like a man, I lose like a man. Hii video tuta review the game week 4. Just briefly go through the team, how everything performed. And then tuongea what you've learned so far from game week 1 to game week 4. Since there is an international break, I feel like that's enough time, and then I'll also do another video mali tutaanza kuongea early transfer plans and things to consider for game week 5 going forward. So without further ado, manze, tuanze hii video teke. In defense. Okay, before nianze defense, I think there are some important stats here that I should run by. I amassed total points of 50 based on the average performance of this week. I think 70 was the average, so I think this was a poor performance. The squad was not bad. I just think that the performance was poor, and the choice of captaincy and everything. Tuliongea last video tukasema bra, we are doubling down, we are maxing the stakes, we are taking another route. Yes, the route was not bad. Your route ikuwa mbaya. It's just that there was a better alternative in the same case. So let's just break down my defense, and then we go into my midfield attacking. We see what went right and what went wrong. So I got a total of 50 points from this game week, based on the average being 70, 74, 70s. I feel like we could have done better. Now shida hiyo stuff ni that imeharibu game week rank yangu. Last game week I was at 2M. I think 2M or 3. I'll have to confirm, but wait. Sasa overall rank imetoka from around 2.7M, we've gone to 5.9M. A very costly rank, costly mistakes that we've done. And our overall points from the 4 game weeks, it's 205. That averages 50 per game week. Not the best. So in my goalkeeper nilikuwa na Martinez. Aston Villa walinyoroshwa. Nilikuwa nimesema Watkins anaweza pounce, but bro, walipounsiwa. Martinez did his best, but Liverpool are just too good for them, and it makes me think that Liverpool at Anfield, I hope this will be a better Liverpool going forward. They will also have some better fixtures going forward, so I think it's something that we'll talk about. And right beside Martinez, I have Henry gave me 2 points. Brentford, they had a tough game, they created chances. I know people are also selling Wisa at a high rate, watu wamejam, but nah, you gotta watch the highlights, the extended highlights. Wacheni coach highlights za 2 minutes alafu mna make conclusions, or rather watch the full games if you can. Henry gave me 2 points. I see how he could have given me more, but I'm still very patient. I think he's a phenomenal player, playing from the left back. Across him is Chilwell, who did the same. It's like they're mirroring each other's performance. Chelsea, tutaongea story ya Chelsea, hata nimeweka kwa notes. Just chill. Story ya Chelsea ni special. Tutakuja Chelsea wananibo. Tutaongea kuhusu Chelsea uko mbele, but Chelsea got Chilwell gave me 2 points from the back. Anyone with kina Dizati, kina Thiago Silva, kina si wote tulinyora wholesale against Nottingham, which will also bring us to our point in the next chapter of this video. And right in the middle is Danban, who honestly umse amekuwa hapa kurotate, but sikuwa na option ya players wa kucheza. Umse tu nilimchezesha nikihope anaweza fanya kitu, but I was dependent on Henry and Chilwell to give me a better performance, but yeah, we take what we can, we leave what you can't. And now going into our midfield, you can see how everything went down. We have Maddison, who's been really consistent. I brought him last week. I also took a -4 to make 2 transfers. The other transfer was Jackson. I said tutaongelea Chelsea hapo mbele, relax. So Maddison gave us 7. I think he could have given us even more. He had really good shots in that game. Purely supply. I think everything was just going through him. The few things that didn't go through him, they went through Poro. They went through, what's the name of this guy? Who gave an assist to Son? Okay, Poro gave an assist to Son kwanza, alafu there was Solomon. Anyway, Maddison, I think he's here to stay. He's here to get even more points. I think can also do another, get some 15 points very soon. And beside him, we have Saka, who gave us 4. I think most of us have Saka. I was even surprised he got an assist. I knew it would be a hard game. I sold Fernandes last week. I kind of understood that since kuna reason ya expect much from Man U against Arsenal to go away without a proper structure. We still don't have a consistent playing style that you can see and one that you can make a conclusion, okay, even ndivyo Man U anacheza. So against Arsenal were always going to beat us, but hatuwezi toka bila kuwafunga. Hata tungewafunga zingine 2 tungeweza. Garnacho did some good thing, but happy for Saka, he got an assist. And right beside him, I have Rodri, who gave me 1 point. I chose Rodri to play in the game over Mitoma. Mitoma ako kwa bench yangu and nililipia. Nikisema nililipia, I paid very heavily. And right between Rodri, I had my captain of the week as Mbeumo. Na umse alikuwa blank, by the way. Umse hii game ilikuwa dakika 85. Captaincy yake ilikuwa inanipea 4 points na nilijua imenyuria, nilijua imenyora kabisa, imeisha, imedai. Kukaza ni nini? Kukaza ni life. Na nilikaza. So as a captain, he gave me 8 times 2, 16. That is acceptable. At least unahitaji double digits from your captain. Sikupea 2 times 2 ama 4 times 2. At least if they can give you a double digit in terms of their captaincy, that would be good. And as you can see, it wasn't bad to rotate the captaincy around. It just wasn't the right timing. Ikuwa game ya sleep on Haaland. And unaona nimelalisha hapa 20 points zake, 20 untouched. Unaweza dhani hata ni error. Unaona ya Watkins iko na 2 alafu hakuna kitu. Unaona ya Haaland unaweza dhani hata ni rigging, but yeah, he got some cool 20 points. In hindsight, ilikuwa game ya triple captain boys, but hautawaijua unless you try. That's the only way that you know. So nimeketisha 20 points za Haaland, Watkins 2, Jackson 1. My signing, Jackson, acha tusiongee. Nilisema nitaongea in the next chapter, which is about to close. So that was how we performed on this game week. And on my bench, I had Mitoma having 5 points. He got an assist. I also have Ben Mee, who I'm also happy manze. Umse amerudi kucheza. Alicheza midweek some cup. Ni cup. Alicheza cup midweek. Nilikuwa nimeona signs yake kucheza na bado singe bank on him, but his price was also going down whilst he's a very good defender. Umse na Gabriel, sijui season imeanza wakinyimwa minutes. I think Ben Mee was injured for some time. Gabriel was not starting. Sijui mbona na venye yako solid sana akichezea Arsenal. His physicality is like the most. He's doing the most. He's very physical. I'm also happy that he got 90 minutes in that game, which most likely inaweza tuambia how to see things in future. So this is what I had in my bench. Still from Brighton, hachezi. This is not, it should be written still. I hope usi confuse. Napasa kwa my substitute goalkeeper, which hajacheza the last 2 games, which I also understand. So that was our performance in that week. If we just look at this tab real quick, you can see that our overall rank went to 5.9. If we can see the previous game week, our Tonishi's a game week 3. Oh yeah, my game week 3 rank was at 1.5M, and this small mistake imepeleka game week rank yetu to 8.6M. It has sort of nullified our efforts, so imetupeleka overall rank to 5.9. Bro, hiyo ni kama 6M. So that is not good at all. I demand better from my players. I demand better from my decision-making process. And just to finish this section, guys are doing the same thing. These are stats from all around the world, but watu walianza kutransfer Son as soon as your hat-trick alieka. Watu walianza kumbae. Alvarez, Madison, Ferguson, Romero. I think it's a bit too early to make these panic transfers. There's not panic transfers, ama reactive transfers, but it's not bad. People are buying the game week performance. Na ukirealize kwa hii team of the week, hii list iko hapa, more often than not, these guys won't be in the same list next week. So while it's still good to benchmark and go for either of these players, I think it's also prudent if you kind of stick to the plan, you understand the squad that you have and why you have them, and you also understand hakuna haja ku make rush decisions. Player na perform this week, I necessitate that ata perform next week. I think that's general knowledge. Player may perform this week, I necessitate a performance next week. But I think there are really important stats that you can pick from this data. This Ferguson guy, I had seen that he got a 90 minutes against West Ham, and seeing that he performed and he also got 80 minutes plus, I think that could be the way forward. He's also standing in for Welbeck. Welbeck ako injured, so I think atakuwa na playtime going forward. He had also gotten a goal in game week 1, and against Newcastle to get a hat-trick lazima kuwe mse fulani. Wezi kuwa mse wa kawaida. Mse ako 19. Mse ako 19 na akili iko 29 alafu mwili iko 32. Jeki. But yeah, that was a good performance from these guys. Haaland, of course, he did his Haaland things. Bro, cheki. After alipeana 13, 2, 4, amepeana 20. Now, one of the mistakes that I know I for sure did ni that niligo against one of my rules. Whoever I give the captaincy, anapaswa kwa mse amekaa kwa squad yangu. At least amekuwa hapa kwa squad yangu 3 weeks zimefuatana. Simsi nimeleta last week alafu nikampiga captain. While Mbeumo wasn't a bad choice. He got 7 points and then akapata bonus because aliwagetia a late equalizer. I think so. He got a bonus point, gave him a 1, 8 times 2, 16. Oh, what was my point? Nimesahau. Yes. Point in that, says the right of Haaland, bro. Umse ni mzee. Na having yes, nimekumbuka point yangu. Nilikuwa nasema mse napea captaincy hapa, niligo against my rule in that mse napea captaincy at least he should have been in my squad the last 3 weeks. Na amenipea points, nimeziona na mimi nikazikula. Nimekula points zake before na amekuwa kwa squad yangu at least 3 weeks, such that hata nikimpea captaincy sana tena niko na something to back up, niko na previous data to back him up. So I had brought Mbeumo last week on game week 3, captaining him on the forthcoming week. Well, it was not a bad idea. It wasn't the best. It just wasn't the right time to do that. Because now easy overall points zetu tungekuwa 205 plus another 20 and then minus 8. And I think pia game week rank, overall rank tungekuwa more or less around the same ali tulikuwa from last week, which is just okay. Now, what have we learned from game week 1 to game week 4 so far? Those are the things that I want us to cover in the next like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 at least. And the first point is that, bro, reactive transfers are just that. Ni reactive transfers. Game week 2 Matikash aliperform from Aston Villa. Ni game week 2 I think Kakaboyeka aliperform, kakapata 17 points. Guess what? Kila mtu akakimbia kumnunua. Yes, ni last week. He got 17 points from 2 goals. Kila mtu watu wamekimbia kumbuy only for him to get an own goal next. Bro, inakwambia wache kisirani, wache haraka. Acha kukimbilia. Kwanza atajua his second name. Atajua hata playtime yake. Watch game mbili zake before ufanye hivyo. And that is just that. Reactive transfers are just that. Seeing people here buying Son at a high rate He's been brought in by 322k managers. Ani watu wamesema hizo points zinaweza kuja again next week, but yeah, could be a good move, but huwezi jua. It's just that si ya kuprovia kwanza, siacha kuonyesha game zingine mbili kama atafanya kitu. Ametoka kupata 320 unambuy. Would you rather buy that guy or someone who's had a 9 3 10 7? Msi anakusupply kila wiki, si msi anakuja siku moja anaka kila kitu alafu achill kiasi. So reactive transfers are just that, they are reactive. The next thing that I think we've learned is that Man City is solid. You can bank on a Man City player. If you can max out on Man City players. 3 players wanaweza cheza on your game easily. And I'm happy that in the previous video that we discussed the players to watch, we had about 5-6 players. 4 of those 6 players performed. The other 2 players that didn't perform was Jackson and Watkins. The other players that we had covered in that video, namely Ward-Prowse, Saka, Maddison and Alvarez, all brought points. Jackson na beshte yake Watkins, I think walifanya ile kitu. Next thing is that Manu na guess. Ataka unapenda Manu, mimi napenda Manu, unaweza ona tuna guess. Kuna venye tunge win against Arsenal with that playing. Ni ile tu ya kurusha dice, banking on something, banking on a top player to do something for you guys out of nothing. Tunataka Russia to bail out kila time against Arsenal. Where these other players, tunataka Fernandes apene the long ball to Russia every time, such that if Fernandes doesn't get that ball and doesn't supply that ball to Russia, we don't know what else to do. If Russia is not in our squad, the player that will play the same position hatujui ni aje atacheza. Hatuna style enye ni a bit kind of cohesive in that sense. So Manu I guess, and it's only right to kuuza assets wa Manu afu baki na Rashi. Possibly unaweza baki na Rashi, only mse pekee anachezeanga. Fernandes is getting all the minutes, but I'll just wait him out for some games. He gives me consistent points. That's when I can think about it. The next thing is that Chelsea wanafanya vitu zao. Sema in game week 2 Chelsea are doing Chelsea things. Just from performing in the first game week, can you see them? Exactly, kwa hizi reactive transfers, si kila mtu alikimbilia Sterling after I get 19 points. Si mnajua, that's why we say a steady incline is always best. Something that is happening slowly and sure is always best. The number is kind of going up, haina haraka but inaenda pole pole, just as we saw with the stats with Maddison. Mimi nilisema napendanga Maddison lakini nisingemnunua tukianza. Wacha nione venye atacheza alafu ni make decision. He got a 9, got a 3 understandably against Man U, then he got a 10. Nilikuwa convinced haguess tena. So now that they will be hosting Sheffield at home the next fixture, I think he's a really easy pick. Look, Sterling alichezea watu wengi, hata mimi nashuku ningebuy Sterling. Nilibuy Jackson in that place, nikasema good. Chelsea are against this, they are against Nottingham. He's a central forward, he should at least be getting at the end of the ball. And he got close. Alichapa some ball hapo to in front of posts. It was a really good ball that he could slot in, but alipiga ikaenda wayward ikapanda juu. He also plugged Sterling another ball that Sterling was supposed to just hit it with his toes and put it down, but ilienda wide. Not bad feelings, but still good fixtures. I think it's something that you can still work with. Just the point is that lazima tuache reactive transfers. Hata Gusto after 14 ndizi tu watu wamekimbia na value ilikuwa ishapanda. Tunauziwa overpriced stake. But look, we can't give up on Chelsea yet, though we've learned that Chelsea are doing some Chelsea things. The next 2 points here are that Newcastle fixtures after Brentford look good, and Liverpool fixtures are also promising. Now, just going into our transfer pane, not to our transfer pane, where do we go? To our fixtures, to the fixture difficulty rating. Tukiangalia hii place ya Live wanapatana na Wolves, West Ham, Tottenham, Brighton, Everton, Nottingham, Luton. I think the next 5 game weeks are not bad for Liverpool. And the same would also apply for Newcastle. And Newcastle, right after they face Brentford at the Magpies at their own stadium, they're gonna have Sheffield, Burnley, West Ham, Crystal Palace, Wolves. Now I can see some 3 good fixtures. Yeah, Crystal see Rice, but they will be at home. Hii hata wanaweza ikanyanga. Actually itakuwa game kali sana ya Newcastle. So Newcastle's fixtures after Brentford are very good, and so are Liverpool's fixtures. Now what else have we learned so far? It's that Nottingham is up to something. Nottingham wako na plan. Niyo plan ina work, ninanibamba. They playing with 3 in defense, but it can be a back 5 when they are in defending, and when they are attacking, the wing backs are going forward. So Nottingham ni team wame some very many players over the last 1-2 years. They also sold Johnson to Tottenham, which doesn't look bad. They have, do they still have Lingard? I'm not sure, but I think they're doing something good. Si team tu naenda kwa kanyanga. Uliona mani venye tulifumble hii bag. Tulikuwa karibu kuifumble. Tuliekwa some goals within the first 10 minutes, 5 minutes. And yeah, they're still destroying. And the next point is that Sheffield and Burnley. If compare with from the 3 teams that came up, I'd say Sheffield number 1, and then Burnley number 2, and then Luton number 3 in order of performance. So some Sheffield players would be ideal to see the Roy team. See Tottenham wanaenda kupata na Sheffield next. Sheffield, I think they can put up a fight. Hopefully we can see something good coming from them. And the last point is that Maddison is a no-brainer. I think it also the stats kind of back it up. Bro, ako selected 15, ako number 15. Oh, number 5 out of 300 midfielders. So I think he's a no-brainer. They are going to Sheffield, and then afterwards Arsenal, then Liverpool. Bro, these are not bad games. These are Maddison type games, especially Arsenal or especially Liverpool. Time will tell, Sindio. Time will tell. So I think those are some of the things that I have personally learned from these game weeks. Hakuna haja kufanya reactive transfers. Squad yako, that's why we've been given one transfer every week, so that you are able to change a position, na pia bench yako inapaswa kuwa kitu unaweza rotate. I think that's one of the things that we should have added on this presentation, is that your bench is really important, such that you can rotate players in and out depending on the fixtures. And I think these 2 points here, they reflect what I just said earlier. Gabriel ni kama atapata minutes kwenda mbele. Ben-Mee is also fit. So despite their prices going down, I was also a bit concerned about these 2 players, and I don't think I'm the only one. Nilileta Gabriel na Ben-Mee for one reason. An Arsenal defender is kind of a must for the time being. They're gonna have Everton, and then Spurs, then Bournemouth. I'm happy that Gabriel is getting his minutes back. Ben-Mee, attack the calf injury that he had imeisha. His price ilikuwa imetoka 5M, wameileta 4.9M. I decided to just hold on to him na kuavoid kumake a rash decision ya kumuuza before kujua the status of the player or things. So I'm happy that they are both fit right now. Gabriel is also looking okay, and I'm also sad that I had to bench Mitoma against this game. I kinda niliamini Newcastle watafanya mambo. Yes, walifanya mambo. Honestly, if you watch the extended highlights of that game, Newcastle did some good things. Walikuwa na attack. Ilianza na error, and as Sean O'Malley said, it only takes one error against him, and he learned that hook. Ataland your hook. So keeper Brighton akiyo bolata tu angepiga iende kwa throw in. As soon as alichapa too carelessly outside his box, and Estupinian was ready to pounce and supply, hell broke loose from that point. Inachukua just one mistake. So I think Newcastle are good. We can't really judge them from that performance. Brighton pia ni team kali na walikuwa home. So I think that's something that we can take. I hope you did enjoy this video. We will be talking about the transfers, or possible transfers that we'll be making in the next video, or that I will be making, players that I'll probably look out for some 3-4 players that you can watch out for. And look, man, I don't like the overall rank where it's at, but I think it's part of the process. We just have to build from this going forward. Yeah, it's just something that we have to build up from. Looking at my team just before game week 5, some weeks ahead, I don't think I need to make a transfer. If it's a transfer, unless Watkins ananibo, but watakuwa na home game. Sijui kama ni kuwe patient ni mwache acheze game ya Crystal alafu ni muuze kwenda mbele. So it's not looking bad. Naona fixtures are all my guys look good. Halandinho amerudishwa captaincy. Nimemfungia hapo, nimeweka na bandage, but nitai release sometime soon, just not now. Wow! Ametoka kunishtua. Nimehata 20 points zake zenye 90% of other managers had also captained, most likely 90% of other guys, of 90% of the 90% of the managers who have Haaland had captained him. So your captaincy must nasikia imeni cost in a way, but yeah, I'll just pick it up from there. So thank you for watching this video, DJ Live FPL. Done it again probably this week, at the end of this week. Thank you to everybody who's watching. Comment down below with the biggest lessons that you've learned from the last 4 game weeks. I think it will be important just to share, tujue where your head's at. Pia kama kuna mistakes umefanya, you can just comment with the mistakes that you think you've done already. Kama ume overcommit, kama umeshaanza kucheza bench boost wildcards na ni mapema, unaweza ongea tena. Just feel free. So that's it from me today. Hope to see you guys in the next video. DJ Live FPL. Peace.